Okay, so I have three versions of the bucket of bangs. The original with the cell outside the bucket, and I fill it up separately with the electrolyte, and then the bucket has soapy solution, glycerin, and some of the chemical. On this cell, I have this bucket, I have the cell made up of the washers, stainless steel washers on a nylon bolt with them wired up like a cell. And I'm using an 18-volt battery that was with my Works weed eater that broke. And then I have the third version, which is the same cell as the first version, but it's just in the bucket. I hooked up the cables directly to the cell and put it, and then I waterproofed it, and I put it in the bucket. And of the three, it works the worst, but I think it's because I need to pull it out, drain it, and fill it with electrolyte. But I will show you the three now for comparison. Although, like I say, I don't know how fair the comparison really is. But so I'm going to hook up the original. No. This is the cell in the bucket, and you can see it's bubbling. But for some reason, when I take a torch to the bubbles, they don't ignite. So my guess is that the electrolyte has escaped the cell, is now in the bucket. It's dilute, and so for that reason, it's not making good bubbles. Okay, so the original version of the cell, I will hook up the battery to it, deep cell car battery, and you can see immediately it starts to foam up. I'm just going to set this down for a second, somehow, some way, so I can put on my headphones, because I'm not sure how loud this will be. All right, so you can see it's accumulated some, and they are fairly explosive. Again, this cell probably could be charged, if you will. And so it's working pretty well, considering. Now my dream is that just to attach the torch to the cell, maybe like this, with a hole, drill a hole in there, attach that like that, so that it's not perpetually, but constantly has a flame across the water, which I did with the other torch. And then as the bubbles get to it, they will ignite. And that way you don't have to babysit it, and if it gets really loud, it won't hurt your ears if you're a distance from it. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, now the third version with the 18-volt battery works the best at this point. So I push the battery down into the holder. Immediately we see lots of bubbles, and they're very, very explosive. And I think this is due to the fact that this is an 18-volt compared to 12-volt. Whoa, dude. They're very explosive. So if you were to have this constantly going, you could have somebody set as your person to set off the bubbles. They could have their torch, and they could have head ear protection. Everybody else would be a distance away, and then that person can make some really loud explosions, and it wouldn't hurt their ears, but be somewhat enjoyable to those who are listening a distance away. So I like this version because it's higher in voltage. It's the battery's integral to it. So all you gotta do is pick up this bucket and carry it wherever you want. You need to use two hands really, because you have to support the battery separately because it's off weight, you know, but off balance. Where this one you have to have the car battery, which you could use to hook it up with jumper cables to your car. Both of these two, you need a car battery. This is off balance because the cell's outside, so that makes it more awkward to carry. This one is the simplest, but because I think what I need to do is get some check valves and put them in the openings of the cell so that the soapy solution can't get in there, but only the gas out. So that's a possibility of an improvement. So this has died down already. I think the battery went dead that quick. So there's that. How quickly? Of course, this Works battery never worked very well to begin with. So I think if I got batteries from a more recent, more well-known company that makes portable tools, drills, and saws and such, this would work even better. So there you go.